Okay, welcome everyone to the Sunday of matches here, the second matches that we're going to be seeing in the quarterfinals, so the second week of the bracket stage. We're here with the last of our winners bracket matches between seed 3 and 6. I'm Potassium F, going to be casting alongside Sunny. How are you doing?
Hello, Potassium. Things are going all right. I did wake up at 6 a.m. for this match, so I have high hopes. Seeing these seedings, Noodle Soup with Play Robeats. These are both top-seeded teams. I believe this is a winners bracket match, so there's not really much to lose out of this, than maybe besides that trip to semifinals. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how these two duke out in this later stage of the bracket.
Yeah, for sure. But you definitely don't want to be sent down towards that losers bracket right now, seeing some of the teams that have been sent down there already. You know, like we even saw like the team with Poker in it already eliminated from the tournament. So that just goes to show how crazy all of the players are just as a team, even in the losers bracket. But this matchup is pretty interesting in particular because even though there is a bit of a seed gap between them, not too far apart, but also interesting to note that Play Robeats was the #1 seed overall for Rice in the qualifiers. So they are an extraordinarily strong Rice team. And Noodle Soup in the qualifiers actually kind of had the opposite set of qualification scores, where their LNs and hybrids were among the best in the entire tournament.
I mean, it definitely makes sense with the likings of Oyama Mahiro and Regis, so some of the more top-tier long note players on Noodle Soup. And with the Play Robeats, they have some of the best accuracy players probably in the game. I mean, with Paven, Robeats, and Orkanos being kind of like, I would reckon that Rice roster. But yeah, you can see Noodle Soup placing first on Hybrid. And even placing first on Abrasion, I believe is how you pronounce that.
Yeah, and it looks like as well Rice is a little bit, well, quote-unquote weaker, still very strong for Noodle Soup. They have extraordinary accuracy, you can see with their stage 2 score, but that kind of stage 4, you know, more of the higher end jump stream type map, that might be a bit of a point that Play Robeats is going to be looking into. Of course, it is kind of still early on, so I think that the Rice advantage that Play Robeats kind of has might not entirely show itself. I feel like Noodle Soup still have the players that are fully capable of playing these Rice maps, so potentially at this early stage of the tournament, I would say Noodle Soup might have a little bit of an advantage overall.
Yeah, seeing how there's this 8th seeding, not the baddest thing in the world, but when you're going up against the 1 seed in Rice, yeah, as you can see, the 1 seed in Rice, Play Robeats, it is going to be slightly frightening, but you could also counterpoint with those LNs and hybrids. So I think this is one of those matches where one side focuses on that more bottom half of the pool, while the other side focuses on that more top half. We might have to see some other. We might have to see Play Robeats dump into the LN or hybrid pool. We might have to see Noodle Soup dump into the Rice pool. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty clear game plan here for Play Robeats, at least for expected game plan between them. The Rice is definitely their strong suit, so I expect them to be going for some of those early on. SV, I don't think either team would be super confident in picking first. Maybe we'll see it later on into the match, but I do expect all of the regular picks to kind of be picked first, because neither team was particularly, you know, super ahead of the other in terms of SV. I'm still into the warm-ups here. Not sure whose warm-up that was, but
I'm pretty sure that was Noodle Soup, seeing how the mapper was Salutation.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense, actually. I didn't check that one.
Yeah, you always check the creator of the map to make sure you're not going to go into an absolute joke of a beat map, or they're just doing a little bit of self-promoting. But it's always good to have a little bit of self-promo showing, hey, I made this map.
Yeah, we'll see what this one is. I guess this would be Play Robeat's warm-up then, and it kind of sounds to me like a jump stream map. The kind of 1.1 BPM. Yeah, I don't know. Crew K.
I mean,
does he map jump stream? Maybe. Perhaps.
I mean, I've seen Crew K map Rice, but mainly like more technical things. But I mean, seeing how this is bumped up to 1.1, I would not be surprised if this is a stamina / jump stream based map.
Yeah, I mean, 252 BPM, 5.6 stars kind of sounds right for a jump stream map.
Yeah,
so we'll see what it is. I think it could be a bit of a look into what. Oh, what?
We're getting clarification in the chat that this is a 4DM map by Oyama Mahiro.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there we go. There's our answer.
.40M maps do get pretty hard. Why is 4-digit so hard nowadays?
I'm pretty sure this was in Grand Finals is what I'm also getting relayed from the chat. Unsure though. Yeah, why do 4DM maps have to be so hard?
I need to get into those 5-digit tournaments now.
5-digit tournaments having like a 6-star tiebreaker.
Oh no, please not. But we'll see. Second one. This one, definitely expecting a Rice map for sure. So we'll see exactly how the teams go, because I feel like if there's any kind of struggle from some of the Noodle Soup players, maybe that's something that Play Robeats is trying to look into. Obviously, this one being a lot harder than any of the maps that well, presumably a lot harder than any of the maps in the pool. But it still might be some kind of indication.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised if we see Play Robeats kind of be the more dominant team on the side, but Noodle Soup's actually putting up a little bit of a challenge. But I mean, we just got started, and you were correct. This is a jump stream map. They actually used 1.1, I think, for Grand Finals for 4-digit Mania World Cup, but this is also in JMC 2021, which is, I believe, a Japanese-only Mania tournaments.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're seeing a few players struggling, then a few players crushing here. Oyama Mahiro and Robeats still on the full combo. So they're looking like they're fairly comfortable with 252 BPM at the very least. Of course, Pavin also looking at just fine here.
Like all these players just kind of just going on cruise control with this map. No surprises from Pavin, honestly. They have been showing themselves to be more dominant when it comes to holding combo. I mean, just going back to like the tournaments that they have played in, you can see most of their benefits is that they can hold on the combo on very dense charts. So this being 252 BPM, even catching up Oyama Mahiro now, he's the only one standing on this warm-up map.
Yeah, I mean, also important to know that these aren't necessarily the rosters that they would be putting for these teams. Actually, I don't think this is even a valid roster for Play Robeats if this was actually a thing. I think they've got other players playing in the background outside of the main 3 slots here as well. Because they've got both of their BC players playing right now, I think.
I believe Orkanos and Yeet Boy are in the background.
Inns should be here as well? Yeah, Inns is playing as well at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, they've got their whole team. Yeah, looking at their MP link, I think they've got their entire team playing this right now, so all 6. And
yeah, this is like, very normal.
Yeah, it looks like just the 3 here for Noodle Soup, but the other 3 presumably in solo, just practicing the maps that are to come.
Yeah, as we are nearing the last quarter of this map.
Yeah, I mean, Pavin's accuracy has been increasing as the map's gone on, by the way. I think he started like 99.6 at the start of the map, and it's just been going up and up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was at like a low 99.6, and I just climbed all the way up to a 99.83. So I would reckon he's on maybe like a 3 great run right now, and like picked up all those like 200s at the beginning. But yeah, as this map just continues and drains your stamina, like we're seeing misses fly all across the board now. Everybody except for Pavin. Pavin is still just continuing on with that FC, and it's going to the ending. And just like that, the map
it was actually
is over.
one miss, I think. One miss at the start. Yeah, 1-1-1-1.
Oh no!
Okay.
One miss. Okay.
But yeah,
Very
I think it's a
unfortunate.
pretty good show of, at least when we get into the later stages of the game. You know, we also had Inns in the background getting a really solid like 99%. So definitely play Robeats having that late game, the physicality needed to play some of those harder maps that will be coming later on in the tournament. But whether or not that's going to come into play here is a completely different story, because while we see players like Celotation struggling here with this BPM, I don't think they're going to be struggling with the current pool.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. But first, we gotta get these warm-ups. These rolls out of the way, and we're gonna see a solid 3 from Oyama Mahiro and a 26 from Pavin, which means Play Robeats will be winning the roll. So they, I believe, if my past tournament knowledge is correct, Noodle Soup will get the first ban, and yes, that is correct.
I would expect Play Robeats maybe to ban SV1, maybe. Like I think SV is a decent shout for a ban for Play Robeats, but I guess Noodle Soup could also ban it since they get the first ban.
Yeah, we're just gonna see. I mean, also Noodle Soup might take out a more denser rice pick. Maybe they have actually practiced.
That's true. I mean, I'm looking at like maybe Rice 2, you know, thinking about like the faster jump stream type maps of the pool, like given that what we just saw.
Oh yeah, like Set the World on Fire is very, very like, it's not the densest thing in the world, but it goes on for so long.
Oh, that one as well, yeah, for sure.
And there's also Prism Magical, which is a pretty dense jump stream that goes on for not the longest of times, and it's actually pretty fairly simple to act if you get it down. But there are so many sections where you can just slip up and get a couple misses, which can definitely...
We have seen some fairly good players get some, like, a little bit of struggle keeping combo and Prism Magical so far.
And they're going to roll for a Rice ban. Nice.
Okay, they're not interested in any of the Rice. Okay, fair enough. But it's going to be Rice 4 being banned. I think that was probably one of the Rice maps that they wanted to leave up. Given like the accuracy, you know, you have players like Celotation. Celotation is a player that I would expect to get like 999k potentially on Rise 4.
Yeah, and we're getting an immediate long node ban from Play Robeats, showing no interest in that pool at the bottom half at all. And Oyama Mahiro saying their laptop cannot run LN1. So I think that's a win on both sides.
Wait, what do you mean can't run LN1? Too many long nodes crashing the PC or what? But
the noodles are too hard to render on the computer screen. Therefore, it explodes.
So SV has kind of been left up as like a kind of game of chicken. It seems. Who is going to pick SV first? I don't think either team has SV as one of their main strengths. So it's kind of like calling each other's bluff. Who has not practiced? Because I think there's a decent chance that neither team has practiced.
I'm sure they have maybe 1 or 2 players that kind of focus to maybe, you know, I'll just go for an S rank just in case they pick this map. So maybe there's a few players that actually practice to get a decent score. So if it does come around, they do get prepared and maybe they can actually sneak the win. Just in case, but we're gonna have to see. We're gonna see Two-Face get the pick. I believe that's Rice 5.
Yes, it is Rise. Wait, there's 6, right? Yeah, Rise 5. So, this one I don't think I've actually even seen picked at all so far. At least the ones that I've seen on stream. Everyone's been kind of going towards the more straightforward ones, so we'll see how this one goes. Higher BPM, of course, I think does favor Robeats a little bit, and I guess they're trying to go for more of maybe the more technical picks of the pool.
Yeah, definitely to maybe try to throw off, maybe trying to get a couple misses on the side of Noodle Soup on maybe some of the more trickier things. Seeing what happened with the warm-ups, and also I've seen Salutation play. They are actually really decent at Rice, so I'm thinking it might be like Salutation versus Paven, Yuma versus Lisa Chandra, and just NY Dead going up against Ins is what I may be thinking. That it's gonna be like a player versus player matchup, and kind of just who misses first. So I feel like all these players have good consistency, but we're gonna have to see.
Yeah, I do think Noodle Soup overall has actually very scary accuracy, so if they can keep the combos here, like Salutation or Yama Mahiro have like 2 of the best accuracies that we could potentially be seeing in this match, but it's just whether or not they can hold the combo. I feel like Play Robeats should have, like, at least on paper, the easier time holding combo. But we'll see what the accuracies are like, because obviously Pavan is going to crush it.
Yeah.
So let's see, getting into the first pick, and a very important one as well. We mentioned Play Robeats being more of a Rise team. They do definitely want to be winning all of these Rise picks if they can.
And here we go with the first map. It is a fairly short pick as well, only being shy of 2 minutes, so any form of miss can really just throw your score into the water. And lots of broken jump stream to kind of start off this map. Very technical beginning.
Just any dude having a little bit of a struggle, 99.4, so a little bit behind the rest of the players, but still keeping in there with the full combo.
Yeah, and like this lead is flickering back and forth, even with that low accuracy from just any dude. I believe the Ins is slowly trading that accuracy back as they are finding a couple of 200s. And this is what I was saying about Salutation. Being a really solid accuracy player, they are the only player up at that 99.9 range. And Oyama Mahiro, oh no, they find a miss. I'm just going to say
that was they had a really pretty much nothing there. Yeah, and that's going to be a big lead all of a sudden to play Robeats.
And that was right at the back half of the map too. That is not where you want to miss. And just like that, there is a solid 10,000 lead between these two players. But there is still this last third where maybe we can see a trade in miss to go back in the favor of Noodle Soup. I mean, it is entirely possible, as Oyama Mahiro is up to that 400 combo cap, and Salutation is trying so hard to kind of bring this accuracy back in their favor with that 99.91.
Yeah, I mean, the miss from Oyama Mahiro was a very clean miss, but I mean, there's nothing in return. There's no map left, actually, so even if there was a miss from Play Robeats now, there's just not enough time left, and they are going to secure their own point with a solid 3-way FC. Actually, only 1 200 from their entire team.
Yeah, Paven V1 double S-ing, but not the MVP, actually. Salutation stealing that MVP from Paven, actually. Getting the better ratio from them and Ins with only that 1 200, but everybody else on the side of Play Robeats V1 double S-ing. Lots of FCs, lots of 980. Every player actually getting 980 plus, which is very scary. The lowest score was a 986.
And I'm just doing I'm running the quick calculations in my head. Oyama Mahiro without that miss would have gotten a very similar score to Pavan, so that would have been actually about 600 point win for Play Robeats still. So yeah, without that miss, it would have been less than 1,000 point different, I think. But the Play Robeats should still have the AC advantage.
I think maybe if every player V1 double S on Noodle Soup, they would have taken that point by just a couple hundred.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
Anywho,
hard to V1 double S, especially when with a map with such like chaotic snapping, right? Kind of like a dump style map. But that is going to be a solid first point. Noodle Soup now gets their own, and you have to imagine LNs are going to come out. Hybrids maybe as well if they want to get a bit wacky with it.
Oh yeah, they are for sure going to probably start to go to that lower half of the map pool to just kind of pick at to see what they could possibly throw off. I'll say
LN3. I'm gonna say LN3 is probably their best pick here. Bariki no Dance is the one LN left that has a significant amount of this like the LN release like coordination focus to it, which I think Play Robeats kind of struggles with, especially with their third player. I don't think they have a really like great C seed to be able to fill that kind of skill set for.
Yeah, I mean, seeing how Play Robeats did knock out one of those long no picks, like you said, they will probably go for one of those LN picks to maybe just kind of counter that ban. But probably gonna take that time out to just like to study which will be the best pick to go for. Like they could even probably get more long note based hybrid pick out of the picks out of the way to maybe try their hardest, because they don't want to give up a break point at all, because that could, like, I mean, if Play Robeats keeps up what they have done with that Rice pick, they are going, like, they could probably take this match into just their hands if they continue doing what they do. So Noodle Soup is gonna have to sneak some points in and try to avoid any break points to the best of their abilities. Honestly, both sides have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think Noodle Soup has a fairly decent chance when we get later on into the match to get a breakpoint back. I mean, Rice 1 is going to be eventually picked by Play Robeats. I think that's probably their weakest of the Rice maps that we have in the pool, specifically in this matchup. So there is a little bit of leeway. Also, the SVs are still there as like a gigantic wild card. I think Noodle Soup did have a bit better of a score in the qualifiers, but that's not really much to go with, especially given that these two maps are really hard with the SV.
Yeah. And Oyama my hero, saying they already lost their stamina, which is not good.
Oh, the warm-up. Oh, no. It's the warm-up. It's the warm-up strat. Tire out your opponent.
I'm pretty sure that was their own warm-up too. Yeah, well, that was their own warm-up.
Let this be a lesson. Don't force yourself to play. Yeah, don't force yourself to play the warm-ups. If you feel yourself getting tired mid warm-up, just take your hands off. That's really what you should do.
But just make sure to turn on no fail so you don't restart the map, because I'm pretty sure. Wait, no, that's only if your whole team fails, but you'll never know.
Yeah.
And they're gonna head into SV1.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. I think
are
this
they
is
seriously
also,
gambling?
It's also the first time I've seen SV1 come out of any of the maps so far. They have. I think SV1 has been the one that's been banned pretty much every match. So this might be our first look into this one. Going to be more memorization focused, and it's going to be interesting to see. I wonder how much these teams have practiced. I think if Noodle Soup have like even two of their players that can get like a decent score, that might be enough.
Yeah, and like I said, maybe one of these players practice the SV map just to get a little feel on how it kind of plays out. Maybe take one quick look in the editor to kind of see, you know, okay, supposed to hit here, and try to like get the pattern down to a kind of down to a certain way so they can actually play through this, since I really hope at least one person has learned the map. I mean, seeing how Noodle Soup picked it, they probably have a bit more confidence than Play Robeats does going into this.
Yeah, for sure. You would expect them to have at least a decent set of scores on their own side, and they're probably expecting at least one person from Play Robeats to be struggling. But I think we'll be able to find out pretty quickly, because usually if someone is not 100% confident in an SB map, you can find out within the first 5 seconds. So we'll see how they perform in the very intro of this map.
Yeah, we are gonna have to see, and as we wait for everybody to get ready, looks like the referee is gonna get this map underway. I mean, Entourage SV map, what else do you have to say? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. If there's a